Hi all, in this video tutorial I'd like to show you how I use the brush tool to really accentuate some aspect of a photo. For example, take a look at this shot that I took in Nagano, Japan. I really like the exposure of this wonderful lantern, but I feel like the Japanese characters are a little bit too dark, obviously because they were in the shadow. So instead of the normal thing, which I would probably do if I was in a rush, I'd just go to auto. And that would really sort of average out all of the exposures. And this is what Lightroom would give us. Instead of doing that, I would simply go to my brush tool because I would selectively want to bring these special characters out. So I would choose a size that's appropriate, maybe something like this. And my goal is to simply bring the exposure up. It's not to do any color changes or anything. So essentially, I'm just painting on the characters. Now, one thing that you will have to think about is what do we do about the feather? Now, I like to have a pretty good feather, so I'm going to try 100% on this one. And what that's going to do is allow us to not have to go into such great detail. And what 100% feather allows is for a sort of a softer look to the brushing that we're going to be doing. Okay, so very simply, we're just going to follow the path of these wonderful characters on the side of the building. And just to show you, just for fun, this is what happens. We can actually see where we've worked, but you can also see where you've worked by hovering. And you can see the mask, it's the red area. And these are the areas that we worked on. Okay, so this is a little bit of a problem, but don't worry, we will just go over the tip here of the lamp. Okay, that's pretty good. We're going to do the same thing over here. Again, don't worry too much about being sloppy because we're only wanting to increase the luminance or the exposure of these characters only a little bit. If we bring it up too much, it won't look realistic at all. So, and by the way, you can change the size of your brush at any time and it won't affect the work that you've done. Okay, so let's move over here. Let's do the hover to see the mask. Okay, that's good. Now at this point, what we have to decide is, do we need to do any erasing? Because we did go over some parts of the lantern. Like for example, here and here. By looking at it, I don't think it really matters. I can't really see much of a difference, so I'm not even going to bother, just to save time. Now, one thing I may want to do is increase the a little bit of the wood here, because I really like it. So I'm actually going to go to another brush. A totally different one. I'm going to increase the size and only bring the exposure up a little bit and bring the warmth up. So temperature +9, and we're just going to sort of make this wood a little bit more warm looking. Okay, hover over to see the mask. And again, it's really sloppy, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Let's take a look at this. I think that's fine. Now, if I wanted to go in and change this, I would just tap once. And maybe I feel that I went a little bit too far in the exposure, then I can just reduce the exposure to anywhere I want. Okay, so I feel that for this shot, maybe +0.7 is good. Okay, so that's it. A really quick and easy explanation of the brush tool and how you can use it in your photos to selectively increase or decrease the exposure of any part of your picture. Hope you enjoyed it, and check back tomorrow for another video.